Now we're at the top, where there is no big view. Big view's only a few feet below here where we just were. So, check that out again for another minute or two at the most. We gotta head back. 4:07 is the time. It's like 7 minutes to the absolute latest turning back point. I wanted it to be 4:05 at the latest. I wanted to turn back at 4. Ooh, it's nice here. After that long hike, awesome place to be. I estimate we came out at least 7.7. I think it was at least a mile hike up here from the road. So this is at least a 15 mile, I guess 15 and a half or 16 mile hike today. Man, yeah. Sunset at about 7:40, say. 3.5 hours from now. And we'll need just about all that time, I'm guessing, to get back. Bluff Head Deluxe Edition hike. Whew. Oh. Headed back. $17.5 so far from the top, so under 20 it looks like, to the parking lot. That's good. It took an hour to climb up there. Back out at the broomstick ledges. Last strenuous hiking, really, of the day. And then it's 5.4 miles along the Menu something. Along the along the Menunkatuck. The Menunkatuck. The Menu something. Well, alright, I'm getting a little tired in a way, but my legs are holding up fine. I think if I can get to the junction, the Menunkatuck, the Menunkatuck, the Menunkatuck. When I get to the junction, if I'm not too hungry, or not hungry really, well, I've got a great chance of, you know, not being exhausted on the way back. There's no way that trip back is going to be too exhausting. Well, it took something out of me, of course. It's 5 miles. I was a tad tired when I got to the junction. But I still feel fine. It's a nice hike still. Menunkatuck. That's it. I knew it when I started, darn it. Menunkatuck. Menunkatuck. There's a lot of nice courts around here. Yeah. It's hard for me to remember it. I'm not all that familiar with it, but I am now. And it's nice. Not much happens on that 5.4 mile stretch. But it was a nice walk. Here we're on the broomstick ledges, where you go up and down these things here. And yeah, that's what happens here. For a while, long enough to make an impression on you. There's Bluffhead. It's 5 o'clock. A lot of good sunlight here. Getting close to the junction of the Menunkatuck and the Menunkatuck. Yeah. The Menunkatuck and the Menunkatuck, we always call it, even though it should be called Menunkatuck. The Menunkatuck and the Menunkatuck. That junction lies ahead, and as I may have mentioned, there's still 5 miles of hiking left after that. Back to the junction. An hour and 3 minutes after leaving Bluffhead. 43 minutes since leaving the parking lot. Hallelujah. 5.4 to go for the car, but the easiest 5.4 miles back to the car ever. I've done 9.6 miles at least to this point. So we're on track to do a minimum of 15 miles. I deserve a little break here before we embark on that last 5 miles. We got this thing. I think this is one of those vernal pools, but I don't know what that means. Nice and peaceful along the Menunkatuck. I think you're likely to have it all to yourself, and for the most part, I saw one hiker on the way out. I saw a lady just now at the broomstick ledges with her dog running. That was on the Metabasset, technically, so far we've just seen one person on the Menunkatuck. Alright. Gonna try to really get a good pace going back now. Cruising along pretty good here. Short break, but headed out again. I just heard a 6 o'clock fire whistle. Oh my god. We had that in like North Branford. It was 7 o'clock, I think. I don't know. Oh, that's so cool.